November 2025. Google pulled Gemma from AI Studio. The reason? The model falsely accused a United States senator of committing a criminal act. Senator Blackburn encountered it. It hallucinated a defamatory claim. Google removed it from the platform. This is Gemma's paradox. Gemma is the model built with the most elaborate safety infrastructure in this series. The Responsible Generative AI Toolkit, Shield Gemma, Gemma Scope. More safety tooling than Llama or Mistral. And it accused the senator of a crime. April 3rd, 2026. Gemma 4 released under Apache 2.0. First Reddit threads, seriously broken, in Unsloth and llama.cpp. Tokenizer failures, tool call errors. April 6th. Gemma 4 insists the current date is late. 2024. On complex prompts, it silently stops reasoning. No error, no refusal. It just stops. April 9th. Community discussing obliteration to remove safety-tuned refusal vectors because Gemma 4's default behavior is too restrictive for ordinary tasks. The model designed for safety needs surgery before it is useful. Google's AI research had produced some of the most important papers in the field. The Transformer in 2017, BERT in 2018, Palm in 2022. The model weights stayed closed. Google's research was publicly available in papers. The actual models were not. Llama 1's leaked weights in March 2023 and Llama 2's official release in July 2023 created competitive pressure. Meta was building an open weight ecosystem. Mistral followed in September 2023. By early 2024, the open weight movement was not going away, and Google's developer relationships were at risk if it had no answer. Google's response was Gemma, open weight models explicitly built to bring capability from the Gemini research lineage to developers. Not a copy of Gemini, not a demo, a family of models that use the same architecture principles and training approach as Gemini in sizes practical enough to run locally. February 21st, 2024. Gemma 1. 2 billion and 7 billion parameter models. The community comparison within days, Gemma 7 billion performed worse than Mistral, 7 billion on healthcare tasks. The early verdict was not encouraging, and it set a tone for the community's relationship with Gemma that took subsequent generations to shift. June 2024. Gemma 2. 9 billion and 27 billion parameters. More competitive. The 27 billion model proved credibly competitive with models of nominally larger parameter counts. March 2025, Gemma 3, 4 sizes from 1 billion to 27 billion, 128,000 token context, 140 or more languages, runs on a single GPU, vision and image understanding built in. April 2026, Gemma 4, Apache 2.0, reasoning, agentic workflows. The senator incident is the most specific documented horror story in this series. Not a crash, not a licensing dispute, not API downtime. A model that falsely accused a sitting United States senator of committing a criminal act, defamatorily and by name. Google had to remove the model from its own platform. The safety paradox this creates: Gemma ships with more explicit safety infrastructure than any other open weight family in this series, and the safety infrastructure did not prevent a hallucination severe enough to require a platform-level removal. The RxIve paper from September 2025 confirmed the hallucination problem structurally. Hallucination rates in the Gemma 2 family on symbolic tasks were not just high, they persisted as model sizes scaled. This was not a small model limitation, it was a model family characteristic. For a family positioned on research quality and safety, a confirmed structural hallucination pattern is a meaningful finding. The Gemma 4 deployment failures in the first week of April 2026 represent a separate category. Within 3 days of release, the model was documented as broken in Unsloth and llama.cpp, the two most widely used local deployment stacks. Within 6 days, it was documented insisting on an incorrect date and silently stopping on complex reasoning tasks. Within 9 days, community members were recommending obliteration, the surgical removal of safety refusal vectors, to make the model usable for ordinary requests. The earlier license terms on Gemma 1 through 3 carried a specific concern: the acceptable use policy could be updated by Google at any time. This made long-term deployment commitments on those models a trust question rather than a terms question. Gemma 4's Apache 2.0 resolves this for the current generation. Gemma in April 2026 operates across a size spectrum that no other model in this series matches at the compact end. The 1 billion parameter model runs on consumer mobile hardware. The 4 billion parameter model runs on a laptop. The 12 billion is deployable on a mid-range consumer GPU. The 27 billion competes with models of larger nominal parameter counts due to Gemma's efficiency-optimized architecture. The 128,000 token context window at these sizes is Gemma's most practical differentiator against Llama and Mistral at equivalent hardware requirements. Document analysis, long-form tasks, and multilingual applications that require both context length and modest hardware are Gemma's specific competitive space. The safety tooling is the most layered in the series. Shield Gemma is a companion safety classifier designed to run alongside the base model to filter inputs and outputs. Gemma Scope is an interpretability tool for understanding what is happening inside the model's representations. The Responsible Generative AI Toolkit provides guidelines and evaluation frameworks for deployment. This infrastructure is more elaborately documented than anything Llama or Mistral ships with E, which makes the Senator incident more ironic rather than less. PalyGemma extends the family into vision language tasks, image understanding, visual question answering, image captioning on modest hardware. Google's research depth in multimodal AI is one of the strongest in the world, and PalyGemma brings some of that to developers in an accessible size. The community verdict from April 2026 is that Gemma 4's first week was a rough deployment. The local deployment breakages in the most widely used stacks were documented within 3 days of the Apache 2.0 release. The long-term arc of the family is a different assessment. Each generation has been more competitive than the last. Gemma is the correct choice for researchers who want compact, capable models with Google DeepMind's research backing, for developers deploying multilingual applications at the edge or on modest hardware, and for teams that value structured safety behavior and transparency about what the model is designed to do and why. The small model capability at 1 billion through 12 billion parameters is Gemma's strongest differentiator from Llama and Mistral. The combination of compact size, 128,000 token context, and 140 plus language support positions Gemma for use cases where no other model in this series competes directly. For a team deploying a multilingual application on hardware that cannot run the 70 billion Llama, Gemma is the most capable available option at the relevant size tier. The Senator incident is not evidence that Gemma is less reliable than Llama or Mistral at generation quality in aggregate. It is evidence that Gemma produced a specific type of failure, a named, falsely attributed, defamatory claim about a public official. The structural hallucination finding from September 2025 suggests this is not an isolated incident. For production, where a confident wrong answer about a named individual could be defamatory, Gemma is the model with the most documented evidence of that specific failure mode. Gemma 4's Apache 2.0 license is the most significant single improvement since the family launched. Gemma 1 through 3 carried license terms with an acceptable use policy that Google could update at any time after deployment decisions had been made. Apache 2.0 removes that uncertainty for the current generation, and it brings Gemma into alignment with the most permissive standard in the series. The Gemma 4 deployment problems documented in the first week of April 2026 are a short-term concern. The license improvement is a structural one. The irony of Gemma's position in this series remains. Llama is the scale play, Mistral is the sovereignty play, Gemma is the safety play. The safety play is the model that accused a senator.